Erica's a hard act to follow. And I'm under more pressure because my muse, Professor Brian O'Connell, is in the room. And I'm greatly inspired by him, and he's impacted on my life in more ways than you can ever imagine. And also, of course, my business partner, Dr. Louise van Rijn, who's given me wings and said, Riedwaan, you need to fly. Or Riedwaan, step up, step into leadership and shine. So I come to you from Kannemeyer Primary School. It is the first government or public school in Grassy Park. And was called Grassy Park number 2 because it was a church school in the area. And it was called Park Primary, and then the principal, when he retired after 20 years, managed to change his name to Kannemeyer Primary. We wanted to change the name, but through Dr. Louise, the school is now a household name, so we can't change the name anymore. Be that as it may, I say that we are the heartbeat of Grassy Park. And at Kannemeyer Primary School, teaching is a work of heart. We work with the hearts and minds of our children, and when we win their hearts, we win the hearts of our parents, and then the parents give us their hands, and that's what we need. And that is an ongoing journey, because not all parents are willing to give their hands. And so we say, like Ben Zander said, when you give a person an A, he will step into that A. Ben Zander also said, if you're a principal or if you're a person, who am I being that those around me don't have shiny eyes? So we are on a journey of building relationship. And if I'm a principal and I step in the staff room and I am moeilik and I'm shy, you can imagine how the day is going to start for my children. So I need to be an Oscar award-winning actor, step into that staff room and get everybody in a better space and motivate them so that they can face the hard task of educating our children. And so we are the A team, and I get my philosophy from our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which says that the greatest gift a father can give his son is the gift of good character. And that is what we need, good character. If we have good character, we have a winning ticket. My mom used to say, you can be naughty, but don't be rude. Because unlearn the naughtiness, but you need to be well-mannered. And so we were blessed through Dr. van Rijn that our entire staff was given a program called Character Transformation. In America, it is called Character Traits. And so Louis van der Vyver brought this to South Africa, and it's based on only 6 values. And I believe less is more. And so we have 6 values, and each value is associated with a color. And what we have done at our school, we believe through the value system that when you create a sense of belonging, you create a place that is safe, your children want to come to school, and you build that team, the A team, so that there's a harmony and a sense of belonging for everybody at that school, and so that you can start plucking the fruits of your investment and seeing better results at the school. And so what we have done is that we have 6 core values at our school. Our grade 6s are responsible for trustworthiness, and that's the color blue. So they sing and they dance, and we get our parents to dress up our staff room into the color blue, and all over the school you'll see blue little literacy things going up on every door, and that's part of our literacy strategy to get the message out there. The children would sing and dance and launch the color for the next 6 weeks. Once the grade 6s have done their bit, we have our grade 5s doing the color yellow, and that is respect. We are now blessed with a beautiful hall, so we no longer need to be outside. Thank you, Louise. The grade 4s are doing responsibility, the color green. The grade 1s and grade 3s are paired up. So you imagine little grade 1s on the stage being MCs. They do fairness. And we have the grade 2s and grade Rs pairing up and doing caring. And you can see, yes, our MCs, we encourage them to speak in front of an entire audience, and we build that character and that confidence so that they can shine and so that they can feel a sense of ownership. So over the last 8 years, that is what we've been doing at our school. And so the learner who's in grade R, he will do caring. He goes to grade 1, he does fairness. Goes back to grade 2, caring again. Grade 3, fairness. When he gets to grade 4, he jumps into green, he does responsibility. So he's got 3 values that has been embedded from grade R. When he gets to grade 5, yellow, which is respect. Grade 6, trustworthy. And all of those put together, we need them to become citizens. Because it is when we all are citizens that we will practice all these values. So our grade 7s, they roll out the color purple, color of royalty, which is citizenship. An added value that we do across the school is when we wear pink. They say real men wear pink, and I love my pink shirt. And it stems from the American where a young man was wearing pink and he was bullied. And so we don our pink and we say no to bullies. So that's another value that we live at our school. And so our aim is to develop citizens, people who believe that it's within their hands to make a difference, as Madiba says. And so we enroll our parents. And we have every single pole at our school have these values embedded on them. So the kids see it, it's in their face, it's all over. So we started with the stoops, we started with our container, and then we took it into the classrooms. We've created beautiful classrooms where the children can feel they are being honored. This is a place where learning can and should happen. Our tables have been painted in the 6 values. When they work in groups, it's in the classroom, it's on the columns, it's in their face, it's all over. And then we added another value, which is we're creating a reading revolution. And all of us, you included, we are all in the dock. The Pearls test shows that 8 out of 10 grade 4s cannot read with understanding. And so at the conference, I heard a principal saying that the parent asked him, Mr. Pretorius, what are you going to do to ensure that my child can read with understanding by end of grade 4? And that is what we need to do. We need to think creatively to give our children a fighting chance. If they can read, they can lead. Where am I going? Okay. So what we've done, as I said, the poles have been painted. Outside our grade 7s, we've given them an A, we call them the super 7s. The grade 6s, we call them the stunning 6s, or the fabulous 5s, or the fantastic 4s, the terrific 3s, the thriving 2s, the one and only 1s, and the radiating grade Rs. So they all have their colors. You find leaders breed readers, and readers breed leaders, and the school is plastered with little sayings. It's in their face. We want them to read, and we want them to develop a love for reading. So it's not just only the values, you can embed this in whatever you do. So we've looked at this thing holistically. We've changed the face of the school. So our corridors, we've named them. Where the grade 4s are, they're in grade 4, there's a square, a green square, and that is the responsibility road. Where the grade 7s are, they need to go to university, so they are heading towards University Boulevard. The grade 5s are in Respectful Road, and the grade 3s are in the Fairness Fun Walk. Yes, we also have a fun walk at the school. For children who's emotionally harmed, we have a tranquility garden. And those little pebbles that you see there, each learner at our school painted a pebble, and it was embedded in the inspirational path, the path of inspiration. And children who's emotionally harmed, we encourage them to go find some time there. Sometimes you find children smoking there, but yeah, that is the idea. Our bathrooms are color-coded. The grade 3s know that the orange bathroom that belongs to 3A and the next one 3B, so they have their own toilet, they have their own little powders or whatever they want to put in that bathroom, that is their toilet. Next year when they pass or they move on to grade 4, they get a green toilet. And then they move along until they end up at the purple toilet, which is the grade 7 toilet. So they know there's a few extra toilets for when it's interval or after school because they have their own key. They can unlock the toilet and nobody goes and damages. And when it's messed up, they go to their teacher and say, ma'am, the last person messed up our toilets. So we say, and Mandela said that it's within our hands to make of our world a better one for all. And this is what we at Kannemeyer believe that is what we have done. We have inherited a school designated to gutter education. In 1961, this school was built for colored children. A few years ago, when I was selling, I should have kept one. When I went into the bathroom, the lid said, school built for colored children. And so you can see this is the quality of the school. We still have prefabs. We are not a Model C school, but we are lumped in quintile 5 with your richest schools. We run a school with just under or over R1 million. And we're only getting 152,000 Rand from the government. 152,000, where do we get that other money from? Teachers and the community have to fundraise and look at all the time spent, could have been spent in the class. But despite of that, we believe this values education is the way we're going to save this country. And so this has become my famous quote. The greatest gift an adult can give a child is the gift of sound character and a quality, holistic education. Our grade R's, when they graduate, they have a little t-shirt that says matriculants of 2030. They have their gowns on, but they proudly wear their t-shirt because we speak over them. They need to get to matric. So you can see 2030, 28, 29, and they know, and we know, that Mandela said that the only weapon one can use to rid yourself out of poverty is a quality education. And it's up to you and I to give our children just that. And so in the morning when our children come to school, especially the little ones, this is what they do. At Kannemeyer, you only have brilliant children. Give the child an A and he will become that. We know there are children who can't learn. But all those children, other day the teacher, little one stopped me and said, sir, I want to ask you a question. I said, okay. She said, are you super brilliant? I said, yes, I am super brilliant. She said, well, I am super brilliant. So she had one on me. That's the Kannemeyer story, a school caught up in poverty. We get 40 to 45% of our school fees in. And we are struggling. But I say I'm not going to be that fish that rots from its head and impact on the entire school. So to all the headmasters, please don't let the teachers say that the school is sinking because the fish rots from the head. We are indicted. Professor Brian O'Connell is reported to have said that we have a choice. We all know about the 1976 Soweto uprisings. And he said that we can, if we don't do what we must, 1976 Soweto uprising is going to look like a walk in the park. But if all the adults become citizens and they do even more than to get rid of apartheid and we give our children a quality, holistic education, then 1976 will be a walk in the park. Everybody is talking about the fourth industrial revolution as if it's something that's going to happen. I can tell you there's a famous bank that is closing 68 branches already because you and I are doing internet banking. I can imagine the dire consequences of those families, security guards, a whole stretch of people that's going to sit without jobs. The only thing that we need and that we're going to need is how we treat one another as human beings moving forward. The technology has advanced. Archbishop Tutu and the Dalai Lama says that over the last revolutions that has happened, the field of human development has been at an equilibrium. There's been no advancement or in revolution really in how we interact and impact on one another. And if we want to save this country, and we know how dark it looks, there's gloom out there, there's hopelessness out there, only way we can save this country is to embed the values at school. Don't see it as an add-on. You're doing it to save this country, because it's not happening at home. It's not happening in our homes. It needs to happen at school. And if we do it as a team where everybody is trained and everybody knows, our team, when we have little fights. Many years ago, and Louise will tell you, people said, that principal doesn't know what he's doing. We need to get rid of him. We were bleeding children. We were losing posts. And this lady stepped into my life, gave me my voice, and today I can safely say I'm flying. So with that, I want to just share another story. A young girl, and I keep forgetting her name, got up at the United Nations when she was addressing leaders of the world. And when it was her time to speak, she said to the leaders of the world when they were speaking about climate change, stop patronizing us with hope. We don't want your hope. We want your panic. And we want your panic to translate into action. The time for action is now. Our country has an education crisis, and it's up to you and I if we are going to get those grade 4s literate and reading with comprehension by the end of grade 4. And if we can do that to them, we're setting them up for life. I thank you.